together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everybody. And stuff. Yeah. Going on at 11 wasn't intentional, but it happened. So, hope everybody's having a good Monday. I'm already a little sidetracked. I've got a couple options in front of me, and I'm not sure what to do. So, nobody quite here yet. So, I'm talking to the rewatchers and a little more sharing here. Two more groups. Got a new phone yesterday. My other phone, it was on its dying breath. I use my phone a lot. I mean, a lot. I'm on my phone almost all day. So, all right. And then we go back to here. Okay. I got too many tabs open. I don't like that many tabs open. That's a sign-in tab. We'll just go ahead and get rid of it. I can get rid of one. Any other ones I can get rid of? Yeah, I can get rid of this WhatsApp one. Okay. All right. Morning, Amber. First day back to regular, huh? Yeah. Well, you know. Yeah. I think before I get started, don't be distracted by all this bullshit going on. Don't be distracted by it. This is God cleansing his earth, and he ain't done. He's cleaning up. He's cleaning up, man. You're on the live. You're on because I see you. So something. See, I keep saying it. Weird little shit keeps happening, and it's things like that. It's just little weird stuff. I'll be watching TV and a word will be missed. The TV just stops for 1 second. Okay. There's something going on. Something's happening. Something's being tested. Okay. But here's the thing. I opened my Facebook today and I don't give a fuck about P. Diddy. I don't give a fuck about any of these people. Okay. Don't get sucked into the drama that is bullshit. November's in a month. That's my indicator. Turn it all off. Keep them fucking blinders on. I'm going to tell you why. This is good stuff. Good stuff is happening, like the insurance being taken away from the recovery coaches. A lot of people got upset when I put that, and that just told me you're charging. Okay. Right. When I see somebody put out, if you do insurance, if your RCO is based on insurance, you're doing it wrong. And I reposted it because I thought it was good. Then I found out the source, and I'm like, oh, they're covering their ass. They're covering their ass. Oh, nothing wrong with Taylor Swift. I think, she's just a little she-devil. No problem. I don't know much about Taylor Swift. I know that she's a very big distraction, so good point. There are people in this world that I follow I like too, man. And sometimes it hurts when I find out they aren't the person I thought they were. I'll give you a really good example. I will support anything Dolly Parton. Anything Dolly Parton. But I don't listen to her music. I don't listen to country music. I'm not big on her music. She has some good songs, but I love her as a person. I love what she does. There's some people I like their talent, but I don't like them. Hey, I was watching Tulsa King. Jelly Roll was on. Came on, took a big old hit off a fucking spliff, and then played in a. It was on TV, okay, and then he played in a dispensary. And you're supposed to follow this person. I don't have anything against Jelly Roll. I don't. I think he has some great music when I want to be sad and crying in my beer. Yeah, his music is very moving, little country, and I even enjoy it. But as a person, no, thank you. He's talking out the side of his fucking head. Okay. See, these are the distractions in life that we don't need. Okay. For me, recovery is not a fad. I am not, I'm not sober curious. Okay. I'm not looking at drying up for 30 days so I can feel a little bit better. For us, this is life or fucking death. And that's why I take it very seriously. That's why I yell and I scream. Most of it's bullshit. Okay, most of it is owned by the government now. Almost all peer support. You want to know why? Because the only way to do that is through government grants. See, the government has a stranglehold on recovery, and it must end. The only way it's going to happen is if people in AA take the power back. But we've got to teach people what it's like to have power and use it correctly. Like being a manager for a call center room. One of those people is in this room. See, they're making a difference by helping people and teaching them, training them, teaching things how to do the right way. Sales is not bad if you were taught the right way. All right, let's get to this. Usually I start to drive people off. The number's going down, so stop. Hey, man, if we don't talk about this stuff, if we don't bring it up, then I will get caught up in it too. I'm not just saying this for everybody else. I'm saying it for me too. Because I want to get caught up in bullshit today. I love drama. That's my problem. That's a problem. I'll admit it. I love drama. Went to go get phones yesterday. I found it more interesting watching the cops arrest the guy across the street. There were cops everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. All right. I was a great manager. I was a good manager. Even though I was a drunk, I was a really good manager. I took care of my people. Yeah. All right. So let's get to today's reading. It is out of A Day at a Time, Hazelden Literature. I'm not too happy with them right now, but that's okay. They don't give a fuck what I think, so it doesn't matter. The book is good, so we'll stick with it, but they jumped on with people that no. You know, it sucks because of my morals, I don't get to go do a lot of things and it's so fucking what? I will not concede. I will not use my morals in order to support bullshit. Right? Sobriety House, I told them all about it. And they were like, yeah, you're right, Dion, you're right. Okay. Then they ignore me. Then they invite me. Hey, you gonna stop by our booth at the recovery walk? I wrote them a shame on you letter. You're kidding, right? I just told you all about that. So same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. All right. On studying the 12 steps, and there's going to be why. Okay. Let me tell you, recovery's full of two-steppers at the moment, and we're trying to make the change. There's a lot of people in the program that have no fucking idea what they're talking about. You know, they come in 2-3 weeks and they're well. There's a danger to letting people with less than 30 days to talk. Because they don't have anything what it's like now. They don't have a solution. They don't have hope. The only thing that we're letting them do is dump, and that should be done with a sponsor. So when we do that, we say, hey, it's okay to dump, or you can talk about anything that you want. No, you can't. No, you can't. I don't want to hear about how you got raped in a meeting. I'm tired of hearing it. I know this is hard. I got to hear it. Ooh, all right. All right. I'll be better. I just noticed that my number keeps going down. So, but I'm not everybody's cup of tea every day. So, on studying the 12 steps, many of the first members of the program exclaimed, what an order! You can't go through it. Do not be discouraged, we're told at meeting after meeting. It's a tall order. It's a lot of work. But what's great is you're not going to have to figure it out. You're just going to have to do the work because you're going to have a guide that's going to let you know what you need to do next. Yeah, you have a guide. You have somebody that'll be able to give you direction, not just one person, but 2 million people. Be careful, though. Don't walk into a meeting and ask for advice. You'll get it. But what you're going to get is if there's 10 people in that room, you're going to get 10 different pieces of opinion, is what you'll get. If you ask for advice, experience tends to go out the window. So if somebody ever asks you your advice, say, well, in my experience, just start it with that line. Or what they're going to think is that you're giving them advice. I don't do advice because advice means I'm partly responsible, and I'm not going to be responsible for your actions. Ain't going to happen. I will do everything that I can to not be responsible for your actions. That includes the good things that you do too. Okay? That includes that. I'll help with that too. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. Yeah. Not a saint. No. I was going to describe how I'm not a saint, but I don't really know what entitles a saint. What would make you a saint? You know, I do know that this work is hard. It's also as hard as we make it. There's that too. I mean, it's already tough enough. So don't make it tougher on yourself. Let's kind of redo that because you're going to do it anyway. Doesn't matter what I say, you're still going to do it. We alcoholics learn the hard way until we decide not to learn the hard way anymore. It's just part of the process. There's some things I'm still learning the hard way because I don't know that I've learned it yet. I'm still learning it. You know, what's great is then I get to go back to today and a day at a time and what it is that I'm doing right now, what's going on right now, what's happening. See, now I don't have to worry about it. Oh, well, I'm on the second step. The fourth step scares me. Well, you're not at the fourth step. Why should it scare you? You're what ifing. Yeah. Creating those conversations that may never happen. You know what I'm talking about. The point is that we're willing to grow along spiritual lines. That's the point. I mean, they said it. The point is so the point is that we're willing to grow along spiritual. I'm sorry, I just get frustrated. I do a lot. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but it does suck when people up and leave. Other things might be going on, but my PTSD doesn't take it that way. I'm saying this and bringing it up so that I'll get over it. That's why I'm doing it. Because I can tell you now the thoughts in my head, they're wrong. They're wrong, right? So it's part of growing. It's okay to be wrong. See, now I didn't realize that I was wrong on something until it came out of my fucking mouth. Before that, I thought I was right. Okay. Then it came out of my mouth and I'm like, oh, that's not true. See? If I don't work it that way, I'll never get to it. And then I won't find the answer. Right? And then I will take things like that and let it add to things like self-pity and depression. Well, nobody knows me. And that's not true. Maybe their life is going backwards too. That's my best impression of talking backwards. We're going to be willing to grow along spiritual lines on a daily basis. Hourly if you need to. It's all right. You can do it hourly. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Most people know how I feel about that line, and I really wish I would have just cut it in half. Because every alcoholic mind, if I wouldn't have finished that sentence, you wouldn't even have noticed. Because you say it so much in your head. You hear it so much in the meetings. Right? Somebody's been doing a lot of meetings. You can see them saying how it works while other people are talking. I do it all the time. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have it memorized. I don't know. I haven't tried it. It's not really, I don't find it impressive. It just means I've heard it that many times. I didn't sit down and memorize it. I've heard it hundreds and thousands and thousands and thousands of times. And when you hear something that much, you memorize it. So I'm a big book thumper because it has been ingrained into my fucking head. And we do it all the time. I hear people pulling stuff out of the big book all the time, man. Not even in meetings. We're just talking. And they'll whip out the big book. A line will come out. The world is inundated with AA stuff. Go to any office, you'll find an AA slogan. Not always true. Sometimes they just put them up so they think you're a good manager. All right. Can I believe in the words of Browning that my business is not to remake myself, but to make the absolute best of what God made? So I'm going to make the best of what I've been given. But I've been given a lot over the years. I mean, a lot. What's this for? They moved everything around though, like to turn it on. Anyway, you don't care. It's the Google something 8, and it's a really good phone. I like it so far. So, anyway, had a lot of phones. Come a long way. I used to be that guy at the mall. You want free phone? 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 So I went from being a phone technician and making very, very, very good money. Company truck, benefits. I worked hard to get that job. Very, very hard. Telephony pays very well. Think about getting back in it. I know it. I know it very well. Then the economy went to shit. And I went from I went from to a very lucrative job to being homeless and selling cell phones at the mall. Yep. It killed me. It decimated my life. Yeah. By the time I was 35 years old, I'd been laid off 4 times already. Yeah. And not from my drinking. No, not from my drinking. Not that time. not those jobs. But I'm not going to say that my drinking didn't head to helping who to decide to lay off. That yes. Hey, this is a lot of work, man. If it was easy, we'd all be sober, happy, joyous, and free. But you wouldn't feel the feelings that you have now if you wouldn't have been what you went through. I call it my warm blankets theory, right? And what it is it's the middle of the winter, and you wake up and your covers have fallen off of you. And since Dad doesn't believe in heat, you're freezing your ass off. You grab your covers and you put them on, and you get all nice and toasty warm. You're like, ooh, that's a good feeling. But you would have never felt that way if the covers wouldn't have fallen off of you. That's the extreme of emotions that we alcoholics go through. Alcoholics get a chance at something non-alcoholics don't. We get to feel a happiness they don't get to feel. There's a reason our eyes shine the way that they do. Only people that have been through very arduous things that have come out on the other side, those are shiny eye. Those are the shiny eye people. Not everybody gets a chance at that. Not everybody wants a chance at it. Steven Tyler said it really well. He's like, you don't want my life. It would kill you. You don't want my life. My life would have killed you. Your life would have killed somebody else. You were picked. You were chosen. This is hard shit. It's not easy running around telling the truth. It's not. Nobody wants to fucking hear it. You know it. Especially alcoholics. What is AA? AA is the largest organization in the whole fucking world. The largest organization in the world. And not one member wanted to be a member. Not one. Tell me another organization like that. And don't start bringing up the other A's because they don't compare. They don't. Why do you think people jump on the AA bandwagon? We're not a bandwagon. We're a water wagon. There's a big difference. Okay? If you're not alcoholic, please get the fuck out, man. Okay? I worked very hard to earn my spot in AA. I worked very hard to earn my spot and be a member, to be a good member of AA. And I'm selfish about it. And I'm getting a little peeved of being invaded by bullshit. So I'm trying to bring all the right people to one area so we can get this done. Even if I am an old hand at the program, you don't. Yeah, you can't become an old hand at the program. Have I been around for longer? Yeah. It doesn't change anything. Today only. I'm not an old hand. I'm 54. I'm Dion. And I have a shit ton of experience. But when I say things like old hand, it differentiates me from the people in the program. And no, the answer to that is no, I am not terminally unique. I am not to be set apart. Okay. You do not need to go beg somebody else to hold a seat for me because it's an area of people that are sober. If I decide to go to a game and there's alcohol, then there's alcohol, period. I don't care. I do not base my decisions on what I do off alcohol. No. I stopped doing that 6 years ago. I'm neutral. Every day, I'm neutral. I go to bed recovered. I wake up a drunk every day. Today I woke up a drunk again. Weird. That's it. What is that? That's not just keeping it simple, it's keeping it easy. Yeah. May I not forget that 12 steps do not represent an achievement that could be checked off my thing to do list. Yeah. Instead, they are striving for an ideal, a guide to getting there. May I keep an open mind to deepening interpretations of these principles. Today, I'll remember progress rather than perfection. The principles are going to change. The serenity prayer is going to change. Everything, the whole program will change on you. But the program didn't change. You did. That's the point. You're supposed to change. We're supposed to change. And you're going to become somebody that other people may not like and other people will love. It's how it works, man. It won't be up to you. Right? You'll find you're not everybody's cup of tea and you'll be okay with that. You know, I get it. There's things like me. I like being the center of attention. I'll say, why do you think I do this? Because it's mine and I'm the center of attention and I'm talking and it's Dion. I'm done. So what? But I take my time helping others because I enjoy doing that. So although I'm being selfish, I'm following God's will. Now, the other thing is I don't force it upon anybody. People leave quite often sometimes when I say something. It's all right. It's all right. Sometimes they go because they need to go do other things. But I do know that I bring things up and you might get mad at me every now and again. But I would tell you now I still love you. And I might even be wrong. But everything that I do here is geared to giving it away. It's the first thing I do in the morning. The first thing that I do, I give it all away. The very first thing. Because by the time I get up, make my coffee, go to the bathroom, talk with God, do a couple of things, I'm already kind of full by the time I get here. So I let it all out again. Then I go to a meeting and I let it all out again. And then I go to it. Then I go live and I give it all away again. Right? God makes some decisions today. Do I look for a place? No, not a problem at all. See, earlier, no, not a problem at all. When people come on and say hi, I know that they're not disappearing. I know it's not anything I said. It's sometimes that'll go up to like 5. And I'm just in my mind, I'm trying. I know I've been dealing with it for 6 years. Who gives a fuck? And even now, my brain sticks to it. So it's just kind of an ongoing thing for me. I think what it has to do is everybody wants to feel wanted and needed and loved, especially by their friends. And I think that's just so right. It would be my low self-esteem. That's what the problem would be. Okay, walk through it. Okay, I do not have low self-esteem. I actually have pretty high self-esteem. I work very hard on my self-esteem. So sometimes I still get confused. I do. Like Like if I don't hear from somebody for a little bit, I wonder. I wonder. It doesn't happen as much anymore, but I would have those times. It's like, did I say something? Did I? But a cop gets behind me in a car, I'm fine. Happened yesterday. Cop in front, cop behind. My wife's like, I'm a little nervous. I'm like, why? She's like, because we got cops all around us. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing anything wrong though. It's actually, I actually hope they pull me over so I could show them how great of a person I am. how much of the letter of the law that I am following. Let's hold that for too long. All right. Oh, there's a part in there, and it said we claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. So let's cut that line. We claim spiritual progress. Are you claiming spiritual progress each day? This is part of the 10th step. It's part of the 10th step. Tells you to do this every day. So how are we going to do it? Good job. Now I've claimed spiritual progress, and I do that a couple times a day. But that's the end of it. Oh, you're so good. You're such a good guy. Yes. Oh, let's get this right too. Oh, yeah. Nah. Just get it over with. It's it feels weird, like everything else at first, but you'll get used to it. Kind of like when you looked at yourself in the mirror the first time and said, man, you're actually kind of a person that I love. It felt a little uncomfortable. It did for me. I don't know how it is for other people. But yeah, that felt a little uncomfortable. You know? All of this is a little uncomfortable. If it was comfortable, I'd be drunk. See, I need to be uncomfortable because, and I need to be, and then finding serenity while I'm uncomfortable with delayed gratification. Yes. Yes. So my options really are, do I today, because there's some people that it's been a minute and they need the fire put back under their ass, or I've got a couple of different options. I could work on some podcast stuff, or I've kind of been waiting on a location. I've got this thought that God's gonna just give it to me, and I think that might be the wrong process. And not just give it to me. I've done plenty of work, right? But I think it's time I be a little more proactive. And I've reached out to people. I've even reached out to somebody who's been a real estate agent for 35 years. I've done a lot for them, and they never even called me back. So I wonder how much support I'm actually going to get. God, am I ready? Is it time for me to do that part? I mean, from in the last week, I could have put 4 people in there actually, but I think there's some work that still needs to be done. But I don't know what direction to go in today, and then there's a part of me that just doesn't want to do anything. I just want to clean the house, put on some music, and fuck the world today. Sometimes recovery wears me out. Yeah. All right. I think that's going to be it for this round. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Amber, my roses. All right. My roses. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Peace out.